Your Bibles and go to Mark chapter 6. Mark chapter 6. A couple of weeks ago, I took this chapter as one big chunk, and we talked about how Jesus was training his disciples in this chapter. What I want to do is go back now and look at two events in this chapter, the feeding of the 5,000, and then next week we'll look at Jesus walking on the water, and we'll talk about our response to Jesus teaching us. Nothing is more frustrating as a teacher than to spend time preparing a lesson, getting your object lessons together, your different props, or maybe you have a particularly good illustration, and you get all that together, and the students come into the room, and they don't want to learn. They don't care. And you give it your best. I mean, you're enthusiastic, and you're thoughtful, and they're just blank stares. I took a biology class in college at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I felt terrible for that teacher. He spoke in a monotone, the same volume, the same expression from the beginning to the end. But he was a lawyer by trade. Don't ask me how he got teaching biology class. Very dull monotone. He probably did terrible as a courtroom lawyer, just speaking in a monotone, so he had to switch careers. But anyway, he just speak in this monotone, but then he would insert this really dry humor. And he wouldn't laugh, he wouldn't break, he wouldn't crack it, he'd just go. And so there was a classroom, it was a big class, you had, 40, 50 students, and most of us are asleep, but then every once in a while people would start laughing. And then when people would look around, of course the joke was already gone by then. They'd stay awake for a few minutes, and then we'd start to drift off again. And then we'd look up again. It was the maddening. It really was.